everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video.
Hello!
So when you're watching this, today, Saturday the 9th of May, it is this one's 30th birthday.
That it is.
So we're going to be vlogging the day, birthday in lockdown. We're going to vlog the whole day, and that will be up in like a few days' time.
Couple of days, yeah, because if it goes up tomorrow, I'd have to edit it today on my birthday. So yeah, we'll leave it for a couple of days.
Yeah, but you'll see that soon. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Big one. Big birthday.
I don't know what's in store, but thank you in advance to Helena.
Aww. So today we're going to chat all about our favourite memories from our first ever Florida trip.
Yes.
And it was the first time we ever went to any Disney park together.
And
it was our first holiday.
First holiday together, even though we'd worked together on a cruise ship, so we'd been to loads of different places and countries. There wasn't a holiday, we were still working. No. So this was ultimate relaxation time. I remember we booked this in the break that we had from the ship, and we were really excited about it through the second half of our contract on the ship. And I believe at the end of my last show when I was hosting on the stage, I said at the end, "I'm off to Disney World!" like as my sign off.
But we haven't really shared much about the trip. Just because we did make videos and they are up on the channel, but we weren't properly vlogging, like we weren't chatting about the trip. So I don't think we've really shared many of these memories with you guys, because we kind of started properly a bit later on.
Maybe a couple, but we're going to put a bit of the footage from those videos in this video, so you'll get to see a little bit of our first trip. We watched them, didn't we? Just to
remind ourselves, because we actually couldn't remember. And
we actually flew out on the 8th of May. So we flew out the day that we were recording this.
So it's like a nice little, celebration.
2016. So this is our 10 favourite memories, but they're not in a order. We haven't ranked them. So we're just sort of going in order of how we remember them, I think. So number one is just basically the travelling over to Florida, the arriving in Florida, and then I remember getting into the taxi, taking us. We were with another group, another family.
We were with a couple. I feel like there was a couple, and then there was another couple as well.
Yeah.
We made a few stops.
We were all, because we were getting dropped off at these different hotels.
Yeah.
We weren't staying in a Disney resort. We were staying at, where was
Westgate Towers.
Westgate Towers. I think were we the last that were dropped off?
Yeah, we were.
But everyone else was like really quiet in this taxi.
Completely silent.
I don't know whether it was just because they were tired from the flight, but they just didn't seem excited, and we were like...
We were so excited, and we were like trying to like contain our excitement. I remember it. And we were just like whispering to each other. But yeah, we were the last to get dropped off, and we were just blown away by Orlando, weren't we? Like, the heat just hit us. Yeah. And then there's a clip of you when you look out the window of the apartment. Yeah. And you're like, it was very green, Orlando.
It's a bit of a running joke, If you ever hear me say that in any vlogs, it starts from that first time we went to Orlando. So this is still part of it, arriving at the hotel we were staying, the resort that we were staying. We were given like a box of cookies.
Oh yeah, we thought it was like the best thing ever. We were like, oh my god, free cookies!
You didn't do the room tour.
No, I'm hardly in these videos because I was too nervous.
I did the room tour. And then that's when I look out the window and go, it's very green, Orlando. It's very green, Orlando.
But it was an amazing apartment. It was huge, wasn't it?
We spent a lot of time in it, actually.
We did, and it had a huge bedroom which had a jacuzzi bath in it, which didn't work.
Yeah, I found that later on.
Yeah, but it was still cool. It had a shower, a huge shower. It had a living room, kitchen, and it was actually bigger. At that time, we were living in a flat in Crystal Palace, and the apartment was actually bigger than our actual flat.
We weren't living there yet.
Were we not?
Well, no, because we'd
only just got back.
We just finished on the cruise ship, and a week later we went off to Florida.
I think we were looking at flats at that time, and I remember thinking any flat in London is like half the size of this.
Yeah, it was bigger than the bedrooms we were living in.
Yeah. But we absolutely loved staying at Westgate Towers. It was a really nice place, wasn't it?
So that's the first memory, is arriving, doing the room tour, and just being blown away by where we were.
So, memory number 2... I can't remember this, but I must have packed all of Martin's gifts and all this banners and balloons and all this decorations to decorate the flat the morning of the day after we arrived, which was your birthday.
Yeah.
And I don't remember actually bringing it all or decorating it, but there's a clip where Martin comes out of the room and it's all decorated and we just celebrated your birthday that morning.
I remember you getting up early.
Yeah.
And then me thinking, I better not go out into the living room yet. And I think I waited a bit of a long time before I actually left and came in. But yeah, when I came in, I was greeted by a happy birthday song.
Yeah.
From Helena.
And I decorated it, and then you opened your presents. And then what I really do clearly remember is going to the parks for the first time. And we chose to go to Hollywood Studios, which is a bit weird because we'd never been to Disney World before, and you would think we would go to Magic Kingdom first.
This is why Hollywood Studios has such a special place in my heart. But it's really weird. Like, my birthday is the first ever time we ever went to a Disney park together.
And I think we chose Hollywood Studios because we thought that it would be Martin's favourite park because he loves his films, and it was the one you were most excited about. Yeah. So I remember being like, well, on your birthday, we're going to do Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
And I just remember walking in and the atmosphere was just incredible. And we came up to the street that leads to Tower of Terror, and there were what are they called?
The Citizens of Hollywood, yeah.
Citizens of Hollywood. And they were actually celebrating someone else's birthday, so they were singing the happy birthday, and I tried to get Martin to go up and join in, and you wouldn't.
But they called up. They actually said, is anybody celebrating a birthday today? And they called people up, and then Helena kept nudging me, trying to get me to go up, and I wouldn't go up.
But you would now.
I don't know if I would.
You were so embarrassed. I was trying, so like, I just sing happy birthday to you.
And they did the shortest birthday song ever.
Yeah. But yeah, that day in Hollywood Studios as a whole was just one of my favourite memories ever. Yeah. Because we were already so excited to be in Orlando, and then it being your birthday just kind of tipped it over the edge.
Helena gets me a badge to wear,
which you're too embarrassed to wear.
I'm really embarrassed to wear it. I hadn't sort of fully got into the Disney etiquette yet. I just forget about everything.
And I think you thought that you would stand out, not thinking that everyone else, like, everyone wears those badges, but I think you were like, oh no, it's just going to be me.
And we had a fab day. I just remember it being rounded off by like watching the Star Wars fireworks.
Yeah. We spent the whole day in Hollywood Studios. We didn't go anywhere else. Yeah. And I remember you just being like, this is the best birthday ever. It was. And then a very vivid memory from that day as well is that we ate at the Sci-Fi Diner. Yeah. Which we really enjoyed.
We're very keen to go back to. Yes. Love the way that it was set out, like an old drive-in diner where you're actually in a car watching a screen, but like it's got a table for you to have your meal. Oh, I just loved it.
It was weird. I really, really vividly remember that meal.
Yeah. So the next memory is something that I actually kept under my hat.
Yeah.
For a little while, and I'm good at like keeping surprises from Helen. So I bought tickets to see Cirque du Soleil in Disney Springs, and I didn't know when to sort of tell Helena about it, so I just decided to wait until we were actually in Orlando. And we had been to Typhoon Lagoon?
I think so. I think we'd been somewhere in the morning.
Yeah, and then we came back to the apartment, and then I just sprung it on Helena. I think there was an envelope involved.
You gave me an envelope with tickets in. I think we were planning anyway to go to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
But I think you handed me an envelope, and then inside the envelope, the tickets were in there.
Yeah.
We didn't actually get it on film, did we?
No. But then we just spent like a really amazing evening in Disney Springs, just wandering around, finding... We didn't know where the big Disney store was.
Yeah.
But we found that eventually. We watched a lot of the performers, the classical group that was playing.
Oh yeah, they were playing Beauty and the Beast, I remember.
Yeah, the guy that was really quick at playing the guitar, and then after that we then watched Cirque du Soleil.
And I remember it being terrifying.
Yeah,
it was so good. And the theatre was huge, wasn't it? I'm not sure what's there at the moment.
I think Cirque du Soleil was planning to go back. They were planning.
But I remember it was something that I'd always wanted to see. I'd always mentioned, like, I really want to see Cirque du Soleil one year. And I just thought we would see it when it came to the UK. So it was like this really weird feeling to A, be in Orlando and B, watching Cirque du Soleil. And I remember just being terrified at some parts because...
No net.
They are incredible. But it's so scary to watch. I remember one point I was like watching through my hands because it was just so...
And that was right at the beginning.
Yeah. But we really enjoyed it. And I remember thinking, this is just like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I was so surprised as well that you'd booked the tickets.
Sneaky.
So the next memory is actually a memory of a photo, but it is one of my favourite photographs from our first ever trip, and it is us outside of Cinderella's castle at night. And I remember, I think I put it as like my profile photo for ages, and it was just my favourite photo, and still to this day it is one of my favourite photos of us. And I remember the fireworks were just about to start, I think. And I remember seeing a photographer, and I think there was only a few minutes to spare, and he was doing the last set of photos before he finished for the night. And I remember dragging you over and being like, we have to get this photo. And then we took the photo, it came up on our phones.
Yes.
And I remember just being like, this is the photo, like, this is what I'm going to remember from this trip.
The next one, I think, is...
This is the funniest.
This is my favourite just because of how funny it is. We needed to have something to eat before we watched Fantasmic.
Yeah, and we had like half an hour.
And we looked on the app and nowhere was available.
I don't know why we didn't think to go to a quick service though.
I don't know. I mean, we were novices
at
this point. We didn't really know how it all operated.
No.
What had we been doing though? Had we been...
I think we'd just been at Hollywood Studios.
No, but had we been on evenings? We hadn't been really eating in restaurants, had we? We did Sci-Fi Diner, and that was. I can't remember going anywhere else.
I think we ate at a few quick services. We also brought food with us.
But in the evening, like, I don't remember going to.
Many restaurants.
So
we didn't know what any of the restaurants were.
Yeah, so this was one of those nights where we thought, right, well, we'll do one of the restaurants, and we had like half an hour maybe. We
didn't have long.
Eat. And Helena goes, oh, there's a spot opened up here. And I'm like, yeah, go for it. So we booked this reservation. And it's at Hollywood and Vine.
Yeah.
Which we didn't know at that time was a character meal.
It was a really big, like, event. Like, it's one of those restaurants that you, like, book in advance. You meet all these characters. It was a big buffet.
So we were waiting outside, first of all. And then we went in and we were greeted by Daisy Duck.
We would literally just like, our faces were like...
So we had a photo with Daisy Duck, and then we got taken to our table, and we thought, that doesn't happen at the other restaurants. So we sit down in this buffet, so we get up, get our food, and then suddenly, like, all the characters start coming around. And we thought, hang on a minute.
We've put, like, a proper character dining experience.
We had 20 minutes. We didn't really eat a lot.
We weren't even that hungry. I think in our heads, we thought it was just going to be, like, a grab and go kind of food place, a bit like the burger places. And I remember we were like, I think it was like we had to watch Fantasmic that night or something because we hadn't seen it before. But I remember us thinking we should really like not leave because we haven't got our money's worth at all.
Yeah, but at this point we didn't know how much it was going to be.
No.
And then the bill arrives and it's over $100.
And all we could eat, I think I ate a little bit of ice cream, and I think I just ate like bread and ham from the buffet. Like, I didn't eat a lot because I wasn't that hungry. I think, and it was just one of those moments when we were like, we are such novices. Like, we didn't know what we'd booked in for.
But I think we still found it funny though.
Yeah.
We found it funny then. I don't remember being like, oh no, what
no.
have we done?
I think when we got the bill, we were a bit like, oh. We definitely should have spent longer than half an hour at this buffet.
Yeah.
So next is another funny memory, and we're not in Disney anymore, we're at Universal, and...
I think we mentioned this the other day, but we have to include it.
This just shows how little research we'd actually done into any of the rides or anything. And we saw that the Popeye ride at Universal didn't have a long queue. We were in denim shorts, trainers, really heavy. Like, I think you were in like a t-shirt.
I was in a t-shirt, yeah.
And we went on this Popeye ride and we didn't know anything about it. And we got absolutely drenched. And we were not prepared.
Well, it's a River Rapids ride, so we were expecting to get, a little bit wet, and then the sign outside said you were going to get really soaked, and we were like,
yeah, whatever. And literally, I remember at one point the water came from underneath, so it literally just drenched like my whole jeans.
We were just sitting in water.
We were, literally just sitting in water, and then they have the people can like shoot water from up top as well, so like the top of you just gets drenched as well. And I remember just turning to each other at the end of the ride like we actually couldn't believe how wet it was.
I think I say it was like somebody just dunking a load of water over the top of you, like in a bucket. And then we came off, and then we thought, well, should we just go and do the Dudley Do-Right ride, which was next door, which is more of a log flume. And I think that was okay up until the very, very end.
We still got really wet.
Where you come down and it's outside, and if you're standing too close actually on the bridge looking over, you still get wet. So that bit really just soaked us. And then we spent ages, and I think we put quite a lot of coins into one of those machines to try and dry us off.
Which don't really work. But it's because I had Converse and socks on and they were completely drenched. Yeah. And then I had denim shorts on, and I remember it taking the whole day for my denim shorts to dry. So like now, whenever we go on water rides, we pack flip-flops to change into, and we also make sure that we're wearing like light shorts or like...
Yeah, I wear swim shorts.
Yeah, stuff that's going to dry quick, not denim.
So we're still in Universal for this one, and it might be the same day actually, it might have been, I'm not sure. But it was the first time seeing Diagon Alley. I think we'd seen it in people's videos before, but when you see it in real life, to the scale that it's built at, and it feels like you're actually there and you're actually in the Wizarding World, it's just incredible. Helena, I was filming Helena's reaction. I really wanted to get your reaction, because at this point, I don't think I was as invested in Harry Potter.
You didn't really like Harry Potter until you met me, didn't? Like, you knew of it.
It was one of those things, when I was growing up, the buzz of it, of everybody talking about it, made me think, I'll get round to it eventually.
Yeah.
I'm not going with what everyone else
You're one of those people
liking.
that are like, just because everyone else
likes
it, like it.
But then with Helena, I love it now.
Because I think we went to the Warner Brothers Studios on our break from the ship.
Right, yeah.
So we went to the Warner Brothers Studios for the first time together about 6 months before.
Yeah.
We went to Universal, and I think that's where your love
started. It was starting to grow, and then this really propelled it. But I really wanted to capture your reaction to it. So
I was so excited.
Go around the corner, even though there's a wall.
Yeah. Even though they do it anyway.
And I think we were left speechless.
We were.
In the clip, we don't even say anything while we're filming.
No.
And then once we were inside, we explored and looked at all the shops. I think we went on the Gringotts ride.
Yeah.
And then we stumbled across the Celestina Warbeck and the Banshees show that was on. And we fell in love.
Fell in love with the song.
You stole my cauldron.
We sang it for the whole of the holiday.
We wanted to go back and see it again, didn't we?
We tried to find it online when we got back to the apartment.
You can now.
Yeah.
I think it's on Spotify or something.
But that song, You Stole My Cauldron, just reminds me of our first trip to Florida. And whenever we go back, we always have to go and see her sing it.
Yeah, we do.
So our next memory is quite funny to look back on, but at the time we were actually quite scared.
Yeah.
So we had never been to Florida. We had never experienced a Florida thunderstorm. And I just don't think we were prepared for how intense they can actually be.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but the weather forecast was awful on this one day, and we decided to go to Blizzard Beach. And I still to this day, I don't know why we decided to go to a water park.
Yeah, we start the vlog by saying
it's going to rain.
It's forecast for thunderstorms, but we decided to come to a water park.
Yeah, I didn't really get that logic, but we were there for literally 10-15 minutes and then the park closed. I don't think we got on anything.
I remember we queued for a ride and we got all the way to the front nearly and then it closed.
Yeah, I don't think we actually got on anything.
I don't think we did.
And so there's a clip where we go to the shops and we get all like snacks and treats, and we come back to the apartment and Martin goes, "This is what happens when you get asked to leave the water park due to thunderstorms."
This is what you do when you're feeling blue, I think.
Yeah, something like that. And I remember it thunderstormed the whole day, and it was so intense, like the lightning. And I remember being in the apartment actually being quite scared because I had never seen, it was like, you know, the sky just opened.
Just when the sky lit up as well, when the lightning went.
Yeah, and I had never really experienced thunderstorms to that extent. And I remember thinking, like, we can't leave. We can't leave. But looking back now, I think we probably would. I think we would probably put on a poncho and just go for it.
When the trip with your family, we were caught in one. When we went to Epcot.
Yeah.
But on that night where it thunderstormed, we were meant to be going to Epcot, or back then I used to call it Epcat.
Yeah, it's really funny that Martin didn't even know what it was called. He was like, "We're meant to be at Epcat today," and I'm like, "Epcat." But I remember we wanted to see the Epcat.
You doing it,
the Epcot fireworks show, and we never saw it the whole trip.
No,
because we didn't go that evening.
Only when we went back with your family did we see it.
But I remember we just stayed in the apartment. It was actually really nice, and we watched a film. We watched a Disney film or something.
No, we didn't. Oh, it just came back to me there. It was a romantic comedy.
And we had to wait ages for it to download.
It was a romantic comedy with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crazy Stupid Love?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember we bought it online and we had to wait ages for it to download because the Wi-Fi wasn't very strong in the apartment.
So then I think we fell asleep.
But that night, I just really remember it because of the thunderstorm and how shocked we were at the thunderstorm.
It's also the night I think I found out that the hot tub thing didn't work.
Oh, you're like, no.
The next one involves Disney Springs again. So there was another night where we went there. Oh, we love going there at the night time, don't we?
We really do.
It was like the early evening into the evening. We were sat in, I can't remember what the bar's called. It's one of the ones where you like sit next to the
water.
Yeah, next to the water. And Helena was just messing about with Snapchat filters.
But we just really remember this night, and I don't know why. And I remember we had a cocktail or a drink, I can't remember what we had. And we were looking out on the water, and we saw the hot air balloon go up. And I just have really vivid memories of just feeling so happy and just... Yeah, we were relaxed and we were just looking around like we just want to stay here forever.
And just those Snapchat filters just made me howl.
Yeah. Maybe Snapchat was like the new thing.
It might have been.
Years ago.
Yeah. I had no idea what it was.
And then we went to Raglan Road and we went for a little bit of food, but there was also a Irish band on and also Irish dancers, and they danced on the table. And I just remember having a really good night.
Really good.
We didn't really know what Raglan Road was. I think we just stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we really
We've always thought
night.
about going back because we enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
The amount of entertainment that was going on.
Yeah.
Was brilliant.
So we're up to number 10, which is our last favourite memory from our first ever trip, and that was getting Steamboat Willie.
Yes.
So it was the first plush that we ever got from Disney World or any Disney park together. And I think we had seen him in a different shop at the start of the holiday, but we waited until the end of the holiday to get him. And then, was it a shop on Main Street?
Yeah, it was on Main Street.
We couldn't find him anywhere. And
no.
we were like, oh no, where's he gone? We were like...
We were also buying Chip at this point as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which we still have. But yeah, we looked through the whole store, couldn't find him. And so we asked one of the cast members if they had Steamboat Willie anywhere. And this cast member went off all the way to the stock room.
And he was there for a while.
Yeah, then it eventually came back with this brand new, fresh,
hadn't been out.
Steamboat Willie's like, I didn't think I was going to get picked. I was in the stock room. And yeah, we got handed him. And then as soon as we got handed him and looked to the right-hand side, there was a whole line of Steamboat Willies.
I don't know how we missed it, and I still to this day feel really bad that we made that guy go all the way to the stockroom.
Yeah.
In fairness to him, he didn't realise they were there either.
No, he didn't.
But I remember just thinking, quick, go, he's going to notice that they're there.
But yeah.
And then we were like, should we pick one from or should we stay with the one from the stockroom? And we were like, we've got to stay with the one from the stockroom. I feel like he's meant to be.
Yeah, he's been with us ever since.
Should I go get him?
Yeah, if you want.
So here he is. I don't think he gets much screen time, does he?
He's not looking as fresh as he used to.
No, he looks a bit old now. But I absolutely love him. And I think we really liked that he was a little bit different because he's like the original Mickey.
Yeah.
But this plush really does remind me of our first trip.
Well, I always want to have him in the background, but because he's wearing a hat, he doesn't fit on the shelf.
But yeah, we want to get a mini as well, a Steamboat Willie mini from that time. So that is it. That is our top 10 favourite memories from our first ever Florida trip. It was actually really fun to look back and reminisce.
Yeah, I mean, that trip will always be so special.
So special. And it kind of kick-started our love for going to Disney parks together.
And it also started our vlogging.
Yeah, vlogging journey.
Yeah.
I mean, they are funny vlogs. We don't speak to the camera at all. Martin speaks a tiny bit. I don't speak at all because I'm too scared.
Yeah. They're very rough. They are montage heavy. And we use about 5 songs in each one.
Yeah. But they are all on the channel right back. I think they're our first ever videos.
But we always leave them up there because people ask us, have you got any advice on vlogging? And we always say just start because that's how you learn, that's how you get more used to it, and everyone has to start from somewhere, so we just always leave them up.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, let us know because we could do it for all of our trips really.
Yeah, we could.
We did do a favourite memories from our last Walt Disney World trip in 2018, but I don't think we've done a favourite memories for our Disneyland Paris trip.
No, we haven't. No,
so we could go back.
It'd be quite fun to do that for our first Disneyland Paris trip that we did. One. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please share your favourite memories from trips in the comments, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Toodle Pipski.